night's sleep, or at least a decent night's sleep, in Sierra Vista, Arizona. And now I'm on my way to hit the target that I came to aim for at the very start of this trip. And I'm really, really super excited. This is a neat opportunity for me to acquire a car that is truly one of a kind. And I can't wait to show it to you and share the story of the car and its builder. So come on, let's make this happen. From a small, just total basic suburban neighborhood and a simple garage, you can build an amazing thing. This guy has built some amazing things. So show me the coupe.
Okay.
And tell me what you started with. And
this was actually this was a pretty nice car. It was a 63 this Burger Bug that was a bare shell.
right.
Cut the roof off just like on the Heb and the other coupe. Took the roof off the back side of it. Pretty much all the same process of using Super Beetle cowl,
Right.
making it longer. This section here is all Super Beetle. This is the windshield opening where a Super Beetle windshield would be. It's just
Gotcha.
gotten longer. Carchaeology.
So does this curve still kind of match up with that Super Beetle?
It's real close. It's
cowl
real close
thing?
to the windshield of a Super Beetle.
Gotcha. And then you just stretch that out and then use that.
It's got probably about 10 inches to make up that space.
I mean, that saves you some major time when it comes to putting things together, because you've got all this inner channel stuff and all of that.
It's already there. You just gotta form it to.
And you've got to make it a little bit wider too, right?
So this is a seam right here and here. So this is Super Beetle hood.
Okay.
This is the outer part is just a regular Beetle hood, and then from here about here down is deck lid.
Deck lid.
Yeah.
Awesome. So there you go, Super Beetle.
The rear split window is made out of the top halves of quarter windows off a Beetle. This is one top half. This is one top half, so that makes one window, and then you need another car on the other side. And that one's chopped about 1.5 inches, I think.
So for all of this stuff, you're basically just using sections from other window channels of other cars.
Everything's
right.
VW. Everything
Right.
factory parts. The doors are about 3 inches longer. That holds that hole, just to make the door long enough for the upper top frame to flow. This had to be widened, so as it gets thinner here, it gets wider all the way back down.
Gotcha.
And this had to be reshaped.
Now, when it comes to like the roof and everything there, are you using, sections of other roofs to make that curve?
This is, you got the A-pillar here, ends here, and this is the A-pillar off the other side of another car.
Okay.
But this curvature you can see is a little bit different here. It's a little bit tighter there. So that makes your opening. And then the top section is just with a skin up of 65 Beetle. It's turned around, and this would be in the front.
Got it.
And then this had to be hand formed into it, line up with where the Super Beetle was.
When it comes to the forming of this, did you use that sort of a tool to do it, or just hammer and dolly? So how long did it take you to kind of put this whole thing together to the point where it's at?
Right now, well, you bought that coupe in 2015, right?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
It's probably been about 4 or 5 years since they're working on it, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. So
And this point, evenings, weekends, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then the dash, that's an oval dash that you grafted into it.
And it's got a flat top tank in it. This section was added from an earlier car.
So the main body of it, you said, was a 64?
It's a 64, yeah.
64. The other two cars were 64s also.
The Heb was a 61.
Okay.
And the the 5 window was a 61 also. Yeah.
Well, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But and this one was a 64.
64.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and then this had to get wider here to fit the lower opening for the oval dash.
Yeah,
so,
because that whole shape there is completely different on the...
And it's amazing how close it does line up.
Right.
Once you split that, because you split right here, because normally there's 2 creases here.
Okay.
And you just cut that crease and the next one and bring it over so the weld is right down the middle of that crease, so it makes it really easy.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Because when all of this is painted, it'll look factory.
Yeah. It won't be correct like an oval one because it's all smooth, but it functions.
Yeah. It looks right, which is kind of the goal. I think all the stuff you do, I think your goal is to make it look like it should have been that way.
Like it came that way, yeah.
You know, you're not going to do something that's got a funky shape to it here, design-wise, because it just looks awkward. Yeah. You know, this curve, the height of that matching the door.
Like I said, that was huge. This used to come straight across when I first did it, and it was they weren't lined up. I go, that's not right, so I had to bring that down. So this was the same thickness as that. So.
Right. Now, I mean, the other coupe, just the flow of that, the whole overall look, once that thing was all together, or even just in rough form like this, it really, just looks right. And this one too, I love the fact that the roof is a little taller.
Yeah, I do too.
Then I'm not bumping my head.
This is about 1 inch and 1/8 it's been lowered.
Okay.
And that was just simply because this had to get reshaped, so that brought everything down. So, but yeah, this is a lot easier car to see out of it. And it's almost to the point where you look at it, you go, well, is it chopped or not?
Well, the subtlety of stuff is good. Less is more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It is. Less is more.
I mean, it's got a great look to it. And from different angles, like the first photo you sent me, I think was from a 3/4 view here or something like that. And it was like, okay, it looks like, and it was like the roof looks tall and stuff. But then I looked at it from the side view you sent, one of the side views, and it's like, all together it looks completely different, No, it's really fun. It's got to look right all the way around, or it's not worth doing. Love that. Yeah, super cool. And then the inner closing panels here around the...
Yeah, that's just that's the rear panel out of an oval.
Okay.
That actually fit in there pretty good. I had to chop it down a little bit, and then around the window openings, use the interior part of a quarter window off a regular Beetle to make it fit the split window.
That's amazing. It's and you see it in primer and stuff. You don't see the hammer marks. You don't see the work that went into that. But wild.
It's kind of like going, well, gee, what I got laying around. Okay, wait, there's one. Let's use that. Let's make that work.
Yeah. No, like the I want to look at the little forming pieces for taillights and stuff. Those are great. So I mean, those ones that were on the Roadster with the little bezel to them like that.
That was this tool right here.
Gotcha.
We fabricated to put that in there, and you can put it on a press. I just used a hammer, and that would form the aluminum ring, and then you'd have to hammer dolly the lip around it, and do that. And this piece is made to form, be able to dolly the edge of that.
Oh, very cool.
So, and then that's what it starts with. That's laying flat. You end up with that. Let's see, there's a couple other ones here that were trial and error.
Right.
So.
Oh, these are great. I mean, this kind of shows the progression of what you start out with. And
yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was kind of an attempt of a poke nose.
It's split. It's a little tight.
Yeah. Not having a pattern. Not having a pattern to go by makes it tough.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, this was obviously an early attempt at.
That was an early set for the Roadster that I made. That next thing, once again, not having a pattern to go from, just kind of looking for a picture.
Right.
Trying to figure out the sizes makes it tough. So.
Well, there's a pair of them though.
Yeah, those are Stuart Warner gauges that are housings. I go, well, that'll work. Then I did stamp that little aluminum ring.
Right.
And then just take a plastic lens off a trailer taillight or something.
Right.
Cut that down, put that in there, put an O-ring in it, and then you can just these just twist out of there. Yeah, that would just come out like that. You just
Look at that.
two little notches.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Put that in there and twist it. So.
Oh, that's amazing. And that's the other joy is you can build something for so little.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
pretty much you can use stuff that's just scrap that people go, I don't want that. Well, use that.
Right.
Make something out of it, you know?
Well, like the Roadster, that one, the before pictures of that were probably the craziest things I've ever seen. Like that is the worst possible thing to start
You're
with.
kidding me, right?
Yeah. Especially once you cut the roof off and you started making it look like, you know, something. It was like, it got a lot uglier before it got better looking. And then
this guy needs some help.
But no, obviously you don't. You know, you're helping yourself out that situation. But God, it's just, I don't know. Obviously, I've been a big fan of everything that you do, and it's been fun to take what you start.
Absolutely.
And
Well, I appreciate all the notoriety you've given those cars and stuff. It really warms my heart because everything I have and all the talent I have to do this stuff was all taught to me by my dad, and he was the actual metal fabricator. You know, I just picked up things from him, and over years kept learning those skills. You know, so he was the real perfectionist.
Why did you not like go into that as a business? Because you've obviously got the skills to be
a hobby. It's
right.
Yeah, it's a hobby. You know.
Doing it for somebody else probably takes the fun out of it. I know over the years I've asked you, oh, would you do this? And you're like, no, I won't do that. It's got to be.
It's so time consuming.
Well, and that's it too. I mean, if you're doing it for somebody else and you're taking that amount of time to hammer those things out, in order to really charge somebody what you're worth to do that,
it's
ridiculous.
Ballpark,
yeah.
So it's more of just a kind of me as a challenge. Can I do that? Can I pull that off? Make it look right. You know.
So you've got pictures of some of your other stuff on the wall here that you.
There's the roasters up there from your calendar picture. There.
All right. So
here's a picture. It was at.
That was 99.
Yeah, 98 or 99. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is the picture of the yellow car.
That's the top.
The chop top. And that was the thought of the 5-window coupe there, just taking that picture and kind of chopping it down to see what it would look like. And this is a little truck I built a few years ago, a little ret rod 40 Ford pickup.
Oh, very cool.
With the
track nose.
Yeah, that nose is made out of two 56 Ford pickup rear fenders put together.
Okay.
And that makes the nose.
Right?
Yeah. No forming at all.
Oh, yeah, you can kind of see this picture here. You can sort of see the some progression parts there, the pieces. So those were chunks of Ford truck fenders. Huh.
Right, yeah, they're just like step-side fenders.
Oh, I dig it.
Two of them put together. You had to put like a little piece of pie right in the middle there to spread them out.
Right.
And then the hood was like just a 46 Ford pickup. Well, that truck you showed the other day on your website, that 46,
right?
That's what that hood's off, just cut down.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then just a little 40 Ford Coupe I had. Well, actually, started working on that when I sold you the Roadster.
Right.
Yeah, I bought that down in Tucson, drug it up here. And
awesome. And then there you go, the Rosenstiel Roadster when it was in a calendar. That's very cool. So the first one that you did crazy stuff to was the chop top then?
Well,
the yellow chop?
Yeah. I built a Ghia and finished it in 92. Shortly after that, and then I did the yellow car.
Gotcha.
And then that was after that, all the Hebmuller craze started coming in.
Right.
And I go, I just got to build a hot rod Hebmuller, you know.
Yeah.
See if you can pull that off, and that's where that came from.
I mean, I remember seeing that thing pull up. I just thought it was the coolest freaking car I've ever seen. And
we were there before the show, remember?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you come over and met you and look at the car. And,
oh, no. You took me for a little ride and
yeah.
stuff, and I was like hooked. I'm so glad that when you did decide to sell it, that I got a chance to grab that. Yeah. That was awesome. And the same with the other coupe was just insane. Yeah. And to mad thrash and put that thing together into something, that one happened so fast. This one I want to take my time with.
Yeah, right. Take your time with
it. I can savor the process some more and enjoy it.
Well, there's one of it just sitting under the shade tree, one out in front.
God, I miss that thing. I swear, every single day of my life, I regret selling that car. I really do. I mean, it had to be done, and it was.
Yeah.
It got us through a tough spot, and
that's a picture of the rear split.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
kind of give you an idea. You're cutting those pieces out of a quarter window off a bug, and Randy, the contours are identical. The Germans use exactly the same contours.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So.
Oh, that's really cool. That totally shows you.
So if you want to make a steel split,
just start getting chunks off of other stuff.
Yeah,
and put it all together.
You want to use a 64 and older with the smaller windows.
Right.
The contours is correct on that.
Wow. Totally cool. No, I don't know. I'm super thrilled. I think it's going to be a blast. As you can tell by my emails and all that stuff, since you hit me with it, it's like I can't think of
torturing this guy. He's got to get his hands on this quick.
But I don't know. I had so much fun with the other ones. I really did.
They were fun cars.
They were really cool, and to make this the trilogy,
the trilogy,
the threesome, whatever you want to.
The third time's the charm, right? So.
What an amazing day. I mean, 2 days, really. You know, picking up one car locally, delivering it out to a paint shop, stumbling into an amazing horde of weirdo, crazy, wacky stuff, picking up another car and delivering it to a new owner, and then picking up the Rosenstiel Coupe from Dave. And I'm just struck with how lucky I am, not only to do what I do, but to make friends like I have with Dave. So when I bought the Rosenstiel Roadster from Dave way back in the day, I want to say that was, God, I don't know, 2000, 2001 maybe. You know, he didn't know me, and I didn't know him. But I took that car and I made it my own, and it got a ton of press. And I wasn't going to say that it was my build, because it really wasn't my build. You know, yeah, I painted it and I put it together and gave it my touch, but it had to be named after Dave. It had to be the Rosenstiel Roadster, because craftsmanship like that needs to be celebrated. And that car ended up in magazines all around the world, and everybody knew it as the Rosenstiel Roadster. And then when he did the 5-window coupe, and I bought that and kind of did a repeat of that, knocked that car out quick, gave it my touch, and then got it into magazines again around the world. You know, the Rosenstiel Coupe has now gone on to greatness. And now a 3-peat. He does this 3-window coupe, and when he's done with it, he offers it to me first. And I really could not be more thrilled with the prospect of doing it again. I mean, such a great car, such a great guy, such cool skills. I absolutely love that he is just this humble, gracious guy in his little stucco box in the desert, basic house, basic neighborhood. You would have no idea that behind that door magic would happen, like it has with these cars and other ones that he's built. And I really think that he's an inspiration to all of us in that you don't need some shiny, beautiful, perfect shop. You don't need amazing, expensive tools. You don't need to spend a bunch of money on parts. With some time and some dedication and some focus and some skills, you can make magic out of a total trash heap. And it's recycling at its finest art form. He took neglected, horrible cars that nobody else would ever possibly touch and turned them into one-of-a-kind rolling art, as far as I'm concerned. And I guess I'm just the guy that's put the frame on these pieces of art. And I'm looking forward to framing this one too. And I hope you enjoyed following me along on the adventure over the past couple days. It was nice to get out on the road. It was nice to see some friends, and it was nice to see some amazing machines out there in the middle of nowhere. Keep on digging them up and driving them, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.